नमस्कार भाइयों बहनों, आज मैं आपके साथ उत्तराखंड लोक सेवा आयोग की प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर्स की सीरीज में एक और पेपर डिस्कस करने वाला हूं। तो चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं हमारे असिस्टेंट कंजर्वेटर ऑफ फॉरेस्ट के प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर की। पहला क्वेश्चन है, विच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग फंडामेंटल राइट्स इज अवेलेबल ओनली टू द सिटीजन्स ऑफ इंडिया बट नॉट टू फॉरेनर्स लिविंग इन इंडिया। देखिए, ये क्वेश्चन बहुत ही पेट क्वेश्चन है इंडियन पॉलिटी से, जो पूछा जाता है डिफरेंट कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशंस में। और यह जान लेना चाहिए आपको कि कुछ ऐसी फंडामेंटल राइट्स हैं जो एक्सक्लूसिवली ओनली सिटीजन्स ऑफ इंडिया के लिए अवेलेबल हैं। वो जो फंडामेंटल राइट्स हैं वो मैं यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ, वो आप बाय हार्ट याद करके किसी भी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशन में जाएं। वह है आर्टिकल नंबर 15, 16, 19, 29, 30। ये जो फंडामेंटल राइट्स हैं आपकी, ये एक्सक्लूसिवली सिर्फ सिटीजन्स ऑफ इंडिया के लिए अवेलेबल हैं। जो आर्टिकल 15 है, दिस रिलेट्स टू prohibition of discrimination on the basis of on grounds of race, religion, caste, sex or place of birth. Then there is article 16 which talks about right to equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. Then there is article 19 which talks about 6 freedoms: freedom of speech and expression, assembly, association, movement, residence and profession. And 29 and 30th article are related to cultural and educational rights. So these rights are enjoyed exclusively by the citizens of India. Coming on to the question, we'll see the options here. Equality before law. If you have studied Indian polity, you know that this is article 14, right? Freedom of speech and freedom of expression, this is one of the freedoms mentioned in article 19. Right to life and personal liberty is article 21. Right to religious freedom is article 26, I guess. So as I told you, 15, 16, 19, 29 and 30 are exclusively available to the citizens of India. So the answer to this particular question will be option B. So our option B is the correct answer. Moving on to the next question. Under Uttarakhand Right to Service Act 2011, the second appellate authority may impose penalty on designated officer who has failed to provide service within prescribed time up to rupees. इसका आंसर आपका हो जाएगा which is option A, 500 to 5000. Next question is, the Parliament of India consists of. ये बहुत ही बेसिक क्वेश्चन है आपका, इवन स्कूल बुक्स में भी यह दिया रहता है। ये है आपका प्रेसिडेंट, लोकसभा एंड राज्यसभा, विच इज ऑप्शन बी। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, हु अमंग्स द फॉलोइंग वाज चेयरमैन ऑफ द इनॉग्रल सेशन ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली। देखिए, अगर आपने ये क्वेश्चन कहीं पढ़ा है या आपको थोड़ा भी जानकारी है कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली के बारे में, तो आप दो ऑप्शंस तो सीधे एलिमिनेट कर देंगे। और अगर आपको कंफ्यूजन रहेगा, वो रहेगा ऑप्शंस बी एंड डी में, विच इज डॉक्टर राजेंद्र प्रसाद एंड डॉक्टर सच्चिदानंद। पहले मैं आपको इस क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर बता देता हूं। हु अमंग द फॉलोइंग वाज चेयरमैन इनॉग्रल सेशन के थे हमारे डॉक्टर सच्चिदानंद। लेटर ऑन डॉक्टर राजेंद्र प्रसाद वाज इलेक्टेड एज द चेयरमैन ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली। साथ ही कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली के बारे में आपको 2-3 पॉइंट्स में बता देता हूं। कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली, इसका सबसे पहला मेंशन, द आइडिया वाज प्रपोज्ड बाय इन 1934, इट वाज प्रपोज्ड बाय M.N. रॉय। दिस इज द name of the person who first gave the idea of Constituent Assembly in 1934. Secondly, Constituent Assembly, our Constituent Assembly was set up on the basis of the proposal by Cabinet Mission. Later on, when the Constituent Assembly was formed, you know, chairman was Dr. Sajjidanand, he was the inaugural chairman. Then Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the chairman, and the constitutional advisor of the Constituent Assembly was B.N. Rao. ये आप जरूर याद रखें, कई बार ये पूछा जाता है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एडवाइजर कौन थे? B.N. राव। सो दीज आर सम फैक्ट्स विच यू शुड कीप इन माइंड व्हाइल गिविंग योर forthcoming examinations. Next question is, who among the following cannot be removed by the governor? Members of the State Finance Commission, members of the State Public Finance Commission, Vice Chancellor of a State University, Advocate General. देखिए, जो members of the State Public Finance Commission होते हैं, State Public Service Commission होते हैं, they are appointed by the governor, but they can be removed only by the President of India and not by the governor. So the answer to this question will be option B. Next question is, which one of the following cannot be dissolved but can be abolished? Rajya Sabha, it is a permanent house, cannot be dissolved. Lok Sabha can be dissolved, but it cannot be abolished. State Legislative Assembly, again like the Lok Sabha, it can be dissolved but cannot be abolished. Whereas State Legislative Council, which is the upper house of the state legislature, it can be abolished but cannot be dissolved. Now let me tell you, this is mentioned in article 169 of the Indian Constitution. ये आपको याद रखना है ये आर्टिकल, बिकॉज रिसेंटली जो FRO या दुअर में से एक के पेपर में इन्होंने आर्टिकल पूछ लिया था ऑन द ऑर्डिनेंस मेकिंग पावर ऑफ द गवर्नर, विच वाज आर्टिकल 213. साथ ही ऑर्डिनेंस मेकिंग पावर ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट का आर्टिकल होता है 1, 2, 3, ये भी आपको याद रखना है. और मैंने जैसा अभी आपको बताया क्वेश्चन 6 में legislative council, state legislative council, under article 169 it is mentioned, state legislative council can be abolished or created by the Parliament of India only if that particular state passes a resolution to that effect by special majority. तो अगर कोई स्टेट असेंबली रिक्वेस्ट करती है by passing a resolution by special majority parliament को, then only the parliament can create or abolish state legislative assembly. So the answer to this question, number 6, is option D. Next question is, the contingency fund of India was created in, it was 1950. Which of the following amendments in Indian Constitution has made the right to education a fundamental right? This is 86th Constitutional Amendment Act 2002. साथ ही मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, now right to education is a fundamental right under Article 21A of the Constitution, which states to provide free and compulsory children education to all children between the age of 6 to 14 years. Article 21A, free, compulsory and free education to children 6 to 14 years of age. Next question was a current affair, so I'll skip this. As per Constitution of India, which of the following rights cannot be suspended or curtailed during an emergency? देखिए, पहले मैं आपको 2-3 चीजें इमरजेंसी के बारे में बता देता हूँ. देयर आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ इमरजेंसी विच हैव बीन मेंशन्ड इन आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. वन इज आर्टिकल 352, नेक्स्ट इज आर्टिकल 356 एंड अनदर वन इज आर्टिकल 360. इन जनरल जो इमरजेंसी अगर हम बोलते हैं तो दिस रेफर्स टू द नेशनल इमरजेंसी विच इज अंडर आर्टिकल 352. नेक्स्ट टाइप की जो इमरजेंसी है, दिस इज प्रेसिडेंशियल रूल विच इज आर्टिकल 356 एंड लास्ट वन इज फाइनेंशियल इमरजेंसी अंडर आर्टिकल 360 विच हैज नेवर बीन इम्पोज्ड इन अ कंट्री टिल डेट. Now coming to the main point, which the question is asking, Article 352 or national emergency or emergency. See, also during national emergency, all 6 freedoms which are enjoyed by the citizens under Article 19, they are automatically suspended but 2 rights cannot be suspended even during national emergency, which are Article 20 and 21. Now what is Article 21? This is right to life and personal liberty. And what is Article 20? Protection in respect of conviction for offences. These cannot be suspended even during the phase of national emergency. Now the question is, which of the following rights cannot be suspended or curtailed during an emergency? Right to speech, this is automatically suspended. One of the freedoms which is mentioned in Article 19, right of freedom to move in the country, right to life and personal liberty, this is Article 21, cannot be curtailed. So the answer is option C. Moving on to the next question, which is question number 11. Who was appointed as the chairman of the 15th Finance Commission of India? The answer to this will be N.K. Singh, option C. Next question is, how many countries are there in Eurozone up to January 2019? देखिए, इसमें मैं आपको एक चीज बता देता हूँ कि बहुत बार लोग आपका यूरोजोन को कंफ्यूज करेंगे यूरोपियन यूनियन से, बट ऐसा नहीं है. These are 2 different things. Eurozone and European Union are 2 different things. Now number of countries in European Union as of 2022 are 27. Right? Let me tell you, let me write it down here. Number of countries as of January 2022 or February 2022 till when I am making this video is 27 number of countries in the European Union. But out of these 27 countries, only 19 countries are part of Eurozone, which has been asked in the question. So the answer to our question will be 19, which is option B. Which country has opened first intercontinental undersea railway? This was a current affair. The answer was Turkey. Who became the first person to make double century in any cricket World Cup? This was again a current affair. The answer was Chris Gayle. Who among the following was president of Gymnastic Federation of India in 2019? This again was a current affair at that time, so I am skipping this question. But let me tell you who is the current president of the Gymnastic Federation of India. It is Sudhir Mittal. Sudhir Mittal is the current president of the Gymnastic Federation of India. Moving on to the next question. Who was the winner of Tour de France 2019? This was a current affair, so I'm skipping this. Now coming on to among the followings, who is the winner of men's singles Wimbledon of 2019? I won't discuss that, but I would definitely discuss who was the winner of 2021 Wimbledon and also the Australian Open title, which has been concluded recently in 2022, because 2022 का Wimbledon तो हुआ नहीं है और एग्जाम तक भी होगा नहीं. So first discussing about the Wimbledon of 2021, men's single was won by Novak Djokovic of Serbia. You should remember his name as well as his country. And women's single was won by Ashley Barty. Ashley Barty of Australia. Novak Djokovic and Ashley Barty won the men's and women's singles Wimbledon 2021. Now talking about Australian Open 2022, which has been concluded recently. Again, women's single was won by Ashley Barty, the same person who won the Wimbledon in 2021. Coming on to the men's singles, now the men's singles of 2022 Australian Open was won by Rafael Nadal of Spain. Rafael Nadal. And whom did he defeat? He defeated Daniil Medvedev. Daniil Medvedev of Russia. Rafael Nadal defeated Daniil Medvedev of Russia. Moving on to the next question. During which year Aurangzeb reimposed jizya? The answer to this is 1679, which is option B. Kolam Samvat was started in 825 AD. The answer is option C. The head officer of the state treasury during reign of Chandragupta Maurya was known as Sanidhata. Option C. Which one of the following is the earliest temple of India? The answer to this is option C, which is Bairat at Jaipur. From which country did Subhash Chandra Bose give the call march to Delhi? This is Singapore. Who were the first foreign invaders on the northwest frontier province in India? These were Persians. Again a current affair, so skipping this, moving on to question number 25. At whose demise did Mahatma Gandhi say a star from Indian solar system has eclipsed? The answer to this is Lala Lajpat Rai, which is option B. By what name is the point of origin of earthquake known? This is focus. Tsunami is the result of which of the following? Definitely we know tsunami is caused in the ocean due to an underground earthquake. So answer is earthquake. Which one of the following district of Uttarakhand have the highest population as per census 2011? This is Haridwar, which is option C. On which river Obra Dam is constructed? This is Rihand. The maximum rubber producer state in India is Kerala. McMahon line is between India and China. Now let me tell you two more lines. Red Cliff line is between India and Pakistan. And Durand line is between India and Afghanistan. Question 32. Which part of the following is called the rice bowl? Now many times people confuse the rice bowl with the Indo-Gangetic plains, but no, the answer to the rice bowl question is KG Delta, which is Krishna Godavari Delta region. On which river is the Shiv Samudram waterfall situated? The answer to this will be Kaveri, option C. Malachite is a mineral of option C, copper. Name the chemical substance present in bones and teeth. This is calcium phosphate, option B. Which of the following is not a natural polymer? Of course, silk, cellulose, rubber, plastic. We all know plastic is not a natural polymer. Fluoride pollution mainly affects to teeth. For evolutionary success, mutation must occur in. The answer to this is germ plasmid DNA, which is option D. The title of the book written by Marx and Engels on the revolt of 1857 is option A, The First Indian War of Independence. Moving on to the next question, which is question 40. The first transgenic plant produced was, this is tobacco. An important question might be asked in the coming papers. Which of the following causes polio disease? This is virus. In curd, which bacteria are found in abundance? This is lactobacillus, option B. Many times when such a question is asked and they give one of the options as all of these, बहुत सारे बच्चे all of these mark करके आ जाते हैं, but you cannot trust that option blindly. You have to go to the other options as well, have a look and then make the right choice. Next question is, formation of hole in ozone layer is maximum over which place? It is maximum over the poles, and Antarctica is located close to the poles, so answer is option B. Which of the following gas is considered responsible for damage to the Taj Mahal at Agra? These are oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, so answer is sulfur dioxide. The main cause of algal blooming in an aquatic ecosystem is eutrophication. Which of the following atmospheric layers is nearest to the earth? This is troposphere. Which of the following gas leaked during Bhopal gas tragedy? This was methyl isocyanate, which is option B, not option A, cyanide. Which scientist used the term ecology for the first time? Repeated question has been asked many a times. This is Ernest Haeckel, option D. The maximum number of individuals that can be sustained in a given environment is termed as carrying capacity, option A. pH of normal rainwater is about, so the answer to this question will be option C, 5.6. Working of a solar cell is based on which of the following? laser technology, Tyndall effect, thermal expansion, none of these. Yeah, it is none of these. Option D is the answer. Name the component of diet which is assimilated as such. So the answer to this is vitamins, which is option D. Next question is question 53. In which era of the geological time scale did the humans appeared? This is option C, Cenozoic era. Which of the following is not a greenhouse gas? Water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide, oxygen. The answer is oxygen, of course. Oxygen is not a greenhouse gas. Paleoclimatic studies are done by studying tree rings, ice cores, lacustrine deposits, all of these. The answer is option D, all of these. Who is the winner of ICC Cricket World Cup 2019? This was a current affair at that time, but let me tell you what they might ask is, what was the winner of the 2021 T20 Olympics, Cricket World Cup, sorry. Then the answer would be Australia, and they had defeated New Zealand in the finals. Australia defeated New Zealand in the finals. Next question is, Dobson unit is used to measure which of the following? Has been asked many a times in previous year papers. That is why I keep on emphasizing that you should go through all the previous year papers. The answer is thickness of ozone layer, which is option A. Which among the following district is under the seismically most active seismic zone in Uttarakhand? This is option C, Bageshwar and Chamoli. Morbi Dam burst incidents of Gujarat took place in which year? This is 1979. What type of disaster occurred in Chernobyl in the year 1986? This is nuclear disaster. Let me tell you, Chernobyl disaster happened in the present day Ukraine. Town was Pripyat, and it is located in the country Ukraine. Much in news because of the Ukraine-Russia tussle which is going on right now. Which year did the Disaster Management Act of Government of India came to force? So the answer to this question will be 2005, which is option B. Among the following, which is the most common form of glass? This is soda glass, option B. Nearsightedness of vision is technically termed as, the answer to this will be myopia. Let me tell you, nearsightedness is a situation wherein you can see the nearby objects closely, but the distant objects appear to be blurred. Also, let me tell you, the opposite of this will be hypermetropia, in which this is long-sightedness, in which the long objects placed at far off distance can be seen clearly, but जो पास के objects हैं, they do not appear to be clear. Now myopia, which is nearsightedness, is corrected using concave lens. ये आपको याद रखना है, concave lens. Myopia corrected using concave lens, and hypermetropia is corrected using convex lens. Next question is, which one of the following district of India have highest air pollution in 2019? A current affair. So moving on, which of the following term denotes an error in a computer program? The answer to this is bug. Very basic question, option B. Which of the following is a water soluble vitamin? B and C are water soluble. You should remember these. Except this, whatever be it, normally we remember it like this. B and C are water soluble. A, D, E, K are fat soluble. You should remember only the water soluble ones, B and C. Rest are fat soluble, A, D, E, K. Next question is question 67. Which of the following is a web browser? So the answer to this is Mozilla Firefox, which is option C. Which one of the following is not a transmission medium? This is modem, modulator, demodulator. Which of the following converts high-level language into machine language? This is compiler. How many union territories are at present in India? Let me tell you, an important question can be asked. I'm again saying, as of now, February 2022, 28 states and 8 union territories are there in India. Under using which of the following can one write a web page? This is HTML, option D. To which of the following is 1 byte equivalent to? This is 8 bits. The laws of planetary motion were discovered by Kepler. Which of the following statements is true for a satellite moving around the Earth with a uniform speed? Its time period depends on its mass. Its motion has no acceleration. Its motion has an acceleration. Its time period is 24 hours. So the answer is option C, its motion has an acceleration. The first artificial satellite launched into space was Sputnik 1, option B. The Indian space program began in the year 1962. Halley's Comet was last seen in the year 1986. Which of the following communication relies on radio signal or infrared signals for transmitting data? This is wireless, which is option A. Moving on to the next question, question 79. Who won 2 silver medals for Uttarakhand in the 16th National Open Para Badminton Championship held at Chennai in the last week of September 2015? Now, if the same question was asked in this year's upper PCS prelims, how could you have approached this question? This involves your common sense. Prem Kumar, P. Kashyap, Saina Nehwal, P. Padukone. You know P. Kashyap, Arupali Kashyap. He doesn't play for North India. He belongs to South India, plays for the southern states. Saina Nehwal again belongs to Hyderabad. She doesn't play for the northeastern states. P. Padukone again doesn't play for North India. So the only option that you are left with is Prem Kumar. So the answer will be option A. So looking at a question which you don't really know, you just don't need to skip that question. आप उसमें थोड़ा दिमाग लगाएं, and I'm sure that in 50% of the questions through elimination techniques you can definitely reach to the correct answer. Question number 80 is, the only civilian to participate in Indian Air Force launched operation to rescue the victims of Kedarnath flash floods of 2013 is Yogendra Rana, option A. Where was the poet Viren Dagwal born? He was born in Kirtinagar, district Tiri Gadwal. Who won the Miss Diva title 2018? Again, a current affair of that time, so I am not discussing this. Moving on to the next question. The capital of the Katyuri rulers was Kartikepur, option C. The last king of Tiri state was Manvendra Shah, option D. After Sindhu Sri Khullar, who has been appointed the CEO of Niti Aayog, this is Amitabh Kant. The fault line occurring at south of the Shivalik ranges in Uttarakhand is known as Himalayan frontal fault. Two similar questions were asked in the lower pre, which was held on December 12 in Uttarakhand. Again, emphasizing on this is related to state GK as well. MCT, which is main central thrust, separates greater Himalayas from the lower Himalayas, and the fault line which separates Shivalik from the south, that is Shivalik from the Indo-Gangetic plains, is Himalayan frontal fault, which is option D. Among the following, which one is the main source of energy in Uttarakhand? So the answer to this is option C, hydropower, and one can easily guess this answer because there are a lot of rivers and lot of dams are being constructed all over Uttarakhand on these rivers. So answer is option C, hydropower. Moving on, Vande Mataram Yojana is related to pregnant woman, which is option A. Landslide of Malpa, Pithoragarh took place on, we know the year, if you know the year, it occurred in Pithoragarh on the year 1998. That is enough. The answer will be option B, August 1998. Next question is, which one of the following criteria has been assigned 7.5% weight by the 14th Finance Commission of India for sharing taxes, for sharing with the states? Let me tell you, now we are currently in the 15th Financial Commission, so the stats have constantly been changing. The 15th Finance Commission has different stats, so you better go to the current data. Although the answer to this question was forest cover, which is option D. What is the share of Uttarakhand in the union taxes received by states as recommended by the 14th Finance Commission? As I said, now we are dealing with the 15th Finance Commission. The answer will change, so you should go to the recent data, although the correct answer at that time was 1.05%. Again, what we come to know through this is more or less related to economy. These are economy questions. So you should go through the data of the 15th Finance Commission and how they have divided the weights through which they divide the funding to the states, devolution to the states. According to Census 2011, which of the following states in India has higher sex ratio than in Uttarakhand? The answer to this is Odisha. Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Act was implemented in India in the year. This is 2006. Which of the following country was the winner of the ICC Women Cricket World Cup in 2018? Again, a sports question. As we see, a lot of questions are being asked on sports as well. Current affair skipping. When was Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana launched in India? Always an important scheme is asked in the question paper. Sometimes they might ask Make in India. Sometimes they might ask Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, what was the premium? So they definitely ask a question on the main schemes of Government of India. So you should revise them. What is the premium amount and when they were started? For example, they might ask when was MG Narega started, or when was Mahatma Gandhi added to the name of Narega. So all these questions you should go through before appearing for any examination. Coming on to our main question, question 95. When was Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana launched in India? This is August 2014. What is the amount of life insurance under Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana? So the answer to this will be option D, which is 2 lakhs. Which one of the following authorities is authorized by the Constitution to impose reasonable restrictions on fundamental rights? This is Parliament, option A. According to the Constitution of India, the upper house of state legislature or the state legislative council also can be created or abolished by, as I have discussed it in earlier question above, this is Parliament of India and this is mentioned under Article 169 of the Indian Constitution. The Right to Information Act 2005 aims at promoting transparency in administration, promoting efficiency and accountability of administration, containing corruption in administration. All of these are related some or more or less to the purposes of Right to Information Act, because of which this was implemented in our country. So the answer is option D. Question 100th, which is the last question, is which one of the following agencies estimates the employment and unemployment in India? This is NSSO, National Sample Survey Office, which functions under MOSPI, which is Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So with this, we come to the end of our discussion of this very question paper. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you have any queries, doubts, or if you have any suggestions, you can write to us on our mail ID, or you can join our Telegram group and give us your queries or feedback there. Do subscribe to our channel so that you get constantly updated with the material that we share on our Telegram groups or whatever current affairs that we put on our YouTube channel. Thank you and have a nice day.